Hey guys, welcome. I'm here at Midtown Butcher Shop with my man Steven. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing good, man. Today, he's gonna take us through making, what we doing today?
We're gonna cut some New York strips. We're gonna do a bone-in rib roast as well as some bone-in ribeye steaks. I'm also gonna show you some market-style short ribs.
So you're using a little bone saw?
Yeah, we're gonna use the bandsaw today.
Shit. Let's get it popping. Well, listen, we're gonna segue over to them, let those guys do their thing. We'll be right back. Alright, so now, Steven, what are we doing next, brother?
So we're gonna grab this New York strip, we're gonna cut them into steaks, then we're gonna trim them up real nice and put them on the tray for sale.
Let's do it, man.
So what we're starting with here is a certified Angus choice strip loin. Now certified Angus, they get the pick of the litter with all the farms that they work with, so they got the top 8% of Angus beef. So that's gonna get you good marbling, which makes it tasty and tender and everything you want in a steak.
And so the more marbling on a steak, the better it is?
That's right, yep.
Now, what's the difference between a New York strip cut and a ribeye cut?
So it's gonna be where they come off the cow. The main difference is the ribeye contains two muscles. One of the muscles, this muscle here, the loin muscle that runs the length of the cow, is also part of the ribeye cut. But you also have on the ribeye the spinalis, or we like to call it the eyebrow, because it goes over the eye of fat. That's one of the best cuts on the cow. He's tasty, he's tender. He's not too tender, he's got a nice chew, but he's delicious and great. You'll spend a pretty penny at a steakhouse buying just spinalis.
Wow.
So the vein starts up here and he's gonna come down through here. He'll be more prominent as you go.
Right, but you can start to see that, then it's time to stop.
Yep. You'll see, it's not super easy to see here, but he's down. Right, yep. So you can see the difference. We've got one here. You can see where that just goes and it stays along the fat line. That starts to get down into the red meat.
Hey guys, welcome back. Steve, thanks for showing us how to do the New York strip. What do you have next?
All right, next we got a bone-in ribeye, also known in the industry as an export. This guy is certified Angus Prime. The one we did before was Choice. Prime is your highest grade of Angus beef. It's gonna be better marbled, so he's gonna taste better, be a little bit more tender, and just fantastic steak.
So this would be for bone-in ribeye, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, what's the difference between flavor-wise from a bone-in to a boneless ribeye?
Now, be honest, when you're cooking them as a steak, I think you have to have a very refined palate to notice the difference. When you do it as a roast, the bones can help keep that temperature. When you're cooking it, they can help regulate the temperature and keep it more steady.
So this bone-in would be on the grill. And then if your pan's seared in the oven, you bone.
That's the way I prefer.
All right, you guys heard that, right? All right. Now that we're done with the bandsaw, which is amazing, thank you very much. The next step is using a bone dust scraper.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So, just like when you're cutting lumber, there's going to be some sawdust. When you cut bone in, you get some bone dust. Okay. Now, if you leave that on the steak, it's going to be bitter, and you're not going to be happy. So, what we do is we take this guy, and we just scrape that stuff off there. Just nice and easy.
you very much. I'm torn between bone in or boneless. I'm gonna get one of each.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Well, hey man, listen. Steve's gonna trim these up for me real quick. We're gonna get up out of here. Chef Jayon, Steven, here at Midtown Butcher Shop. We'll see you guys next time. Hey, we're back from the butcher shop. Guess what? Now it's time to cook these delicious steaks. Let's take a look at what we have today. We have two delicious 14-ounce bone-in ribeyes. I am so excited. So what we're gonna do is this. I'm going to start the process of warming it up, and we're gonna season the steaks. We're gonna do two-part cooking. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to sear the steaks in this cast iron skillet for 1 minute on each side. What that does is lock in the flavor, gives it a nice crust, and then we're gonna put them onto this resting pan, finish them in the oven. We're gonna go for mid-rare. We're gonna cook about 12 minutes. All right, let's get it going. Tablespoon of coarse black pepper. I want a little bit more of a bite to the steak when I chew into it, and so instead of fine ground pepper, we use coarse, and they sell this at your local grocery store. This is 1 tablespoon as well. Now, you know I'm from New Orleans, right? So I'm going to use my favorite seasoning in the world, which is Paul Prudhomme Blackening Spice. We are going to use a tablespoon of this as well. And actually we're gonna go 1.5 tablespoons. And the reason is I want that nice Cajun crust on it. Adds flavor. And so we're gonna be a little bit generous with that. We're gonna turn it over and do the same thing. So once you get done, it should be seasoned like this. 1 tablespoon of each. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of blackening spice. It should look just like this, okay? Nice even coat. So when you eat, everybody's like, oh my God, it's consistent. Okay? Now, as you can see, our skillet is starting to hit its smoke point. The reason why we're adding oil and butter is because butter burns at 350 degrees, which is not that hot. So we're gonna add our butter to it. Move around the skillet like so. And the reason is we wanna get the butter in there without it burning, and we wanna get that flavor into the ribeye. Because if it starts to brown, you get more of a nutty flavor, and that's not what you want. Now that we've taken the steaks out and put them on our little resting tray, before they go in the oven, I want you guys to see what temperature they're at before we start cooking them, okay? So we know that the steak is raw because we're gonna cook it for 1 minute. So what we're gonna do is pop it in there and see. So as you can see, the steak is only going to, what's this, 90 degrees maybe? Flat lines at 91 degrees. So what we're gonna do is finish these in the oven on broil, and we're gonna cook them up to 135 degrees. That should give us a good medium temp, all right? So in the oven they go. Now that the steak is out the oven, we want to let it rest for 5 minutes. Why 5 minutes? Once the steak comes out the oven, the juices that are inside is still sizzling hot. They have not settled in the steak. If you cut it right out the oven, 1, it's too hot for you to handle, but then 2, those juices run out and you miss all that in the steak. Waiting 5 minutes allows the steak to cool a little bit, the juices to settle, giving you a much, much better experience, all right? Be back in 5 minutes. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's get it cracking. So what we're gonna do now is take our steak and place it on our cutting board. Now, a couple things. When you're cutting, you want the cutting board towards you and you want to be working here. Don't be cutting out here because you put straight on your back, all right? Now, that's 1. 2, you want to cut against the grain. What does that mean? So see the lines in the steak? You want to cut against that. So you want to go like this, right? Just like that. And if we do it right, let's see what our steak came out to. Let's say a nice medium. What do you guys think? Yeah, look at that. Pretty good medium, right? Cool. Again, we're cutting against the grain. Then we'll clean this up a little bit over here. Again, against the grain. You want to cut about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. Nice deep medium cuts. Ed, what do you think? Came out good? Ed is hungry, y'all, so I need to hurry up. So let's get it cracking. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yo, welcome back. This will be short, sweet, to the point. We are gonna make like a Cajun garlic butter sauce to go on top. So we're gonna add our butter. We'll let that go. I turned the fire a little bit lower this time. I don't want to burn. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of garlic. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna turn the skillet off because remember I told you butter browns pretty quickly, right? Okay, now we're gonna take this mixture and pour it right on top of our steak. And that is what you want, baby. Hey, don't eat this right now. Guys, it's now mukbang time. It's funny saying that word, right?
Mukbang.
All right, I got Chris, I got Ed. We about to dig into the steak. We're gonna cut some pieces and eat it right now. So hold tight. Let's do this. Chris, you can lead the honors, because you only have 1 knife. I don't feel like washing dishes. I don't. I'm a bachelor. Ed, go for it. And it's our honest reaction. So if it's bland, salty, whatever, they will let me know. All right, guys, cheers. We're not gonna toast the steak, but cheers. Let's do it. It's tender. I like it. That garlic helps it out.
Yeah. Yeah. The garlic helps it out.
So we'll be back. We're gonna keep eating this because Ed's still in the damn plate. Hey, thanks for hanging with this steak tutorial. Chef Jayon, Chris, and see you guys next time. Over and out.
Peace.